Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and this is actually a rather large house, and that's all the light I have in here in this particular room. But not to worry, I've got a light on my machine. We're actually in an area called Joe Rich, which is about 15 minutes away from where I live. Kind of head toward the big white resort, and we're in the forest. We're in the wilderness. That's one of the things I like about the Okanagan. Within a few minutes you can be in wilderness. That's what I like about Kelowna. It's not just endless city. But anyway, the carpet is probably less than 10 years old, 7 to 10 years. We're not actually sure. They didn't install the carpet. They moved into the house and this carpet was here, and they figured it was about that old. Now, there's many stains on this carpet, and they are almost all urine. As I vacuumed, I just found them all over the place. And of course, they knew about that. I'm not really smelling anything, so that's good. But just all over the place. So that makes for a bit of a challenge. And when there's this many stains, I basically approach the carpet as if the whole carpet is a stain. And by the way, I've got this is half of the house, and then there's a set of stairs, and then there's an open area, and then there's another wing over there, which I have to do as well. But that's what we got over here. So my plan was, I've increased my VS mix in the tank to about 3 ounces per gallon. I've increased the stabilized chlorine dioxide to probably just under 3,000 ppm. And I've actually added a little bit of Odoban disinfectant deodorizer just to give a bit of an odor behind. Hang on a sec. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, ouch, sorry. But yeah, when I deal with I really like this kind of setup, but really a bad place for fires. If a fire came through here, it would take everything out, of course. But anyway, so let's go clean the carpet. Now my plan is to go over it all with a fibre pad first, to scrub it in, give it some dwell time, and then we'll do the extraction step. And I've always had success doing it this way. The stabilized CO2 will address the urine staining in almost every case, and disinfect and deodorize as well. And the Odoban actually works pretty well as well. But I just put just enough in there just to give it a bit of an odor. Otherwise, sometimes when you deal with a carpet with this much odor, you can what can happen is you can kind of activate the odor. But let's see what happens as we go over. There's a whole bunch of urine right in it over here. But look how that is cleaning. Wow. It is that, quite frankly, that simple in almost every case. You can see this, can't you? One of the things that people are often concerned about when they're thinking about VLM is, how will I deal with urine? And the answer is, in most cases, very easily. When you understand how to work with the chemistry that we have available now, particularly with this stabilized CO2, it's just so simple. I stopped using enzymes many years ago because they were just, it was like hit and miss. Sometimes you'd have success, other times it just wouldn't work at all. But look at this. Now you're thinking, well, what about the bottom of the carpet? Well, you can't get it out of there anyway. If you get it really soaking wet, you'll end up with wicking and all kinds of problems anyway. And if you get the stabilized CO2 to contact the urine, it won't come back. I've done this countless times, and the stains don't come back. or at least extremely rarely. It just doesn't happen. Just simply doesn't happen. See, there's your big stain right here. Look at this. Gone. Just like that. Now the VS product I'm using, which is von Schroeder, blue label, is neutral pH. Boy, oh boy, look at that, eh? Well, I think this is actually one of the first really significant urine-soaked stained carpets that I've had to deal with ever since I started using the von Schroeder product, and wow, it works really well. I'll be going over everything again with a Astro pad, Astro turf pad. By the way, there was a very, very large stain at the bottom of the step on that landing there, which I treated with stabilized CO2, suspend and stabilized CO2. I just sprayed it in there and agitated, and it's mostly faded away already. Great big urine stain, and it's mostly gone now. I haven't cleaned it. I just treated it and agitated it in. Be careful I don't fling solution down on the counter down there. But man, oh man, oh man. Whoops. I unplugged myself. When they made the appointment, they said this was a very large house. It is a large house, but not all that much carpet actually. This is the largest area. And then there's about, 4 bedrooms on the other side, I think. So it's not, this isn't a very, I mean, I've cleaned many houses that were a lot more carpet than this one, so it's not really that big as far as the carpeted area goes. This will be over $1,000, by the way. Not a lot over, but it's a pretty decent sized job. And by the way, I rarely charge extra for urine. It's just, I used to a lot more than I do now. There are cases where I would, but very rarely now. Because quite frankly, it's just so easy to deal with it. Usually. If I have to bring in my extractor and do a real saturation extraction step, then I start charging extra. But I find I almost never have to do that. Because what we're dealing with is, if we get the oxidizer, that's the stabilized CO2, in sufficient quantities to contact the carpet fiber and the urine, it will break down the urine to its basic elements, and you're done. That's all you're really actually having to do. You can't technically flush it out, you have to destroy it where it is, which is kind of what we're doing with the stabilized CO2. And it works. And I know it works because I've been doing it this way now for years with great success. When I'm done, there will be no odor. When I'm done, there will be no visible staining. When I'm done, the stains will not come back. It's that simple. This is a nylon carpet, by the way, so that's good. Got that going for it. There's a hole in the carpet right there. There's a bunch of stains right here. So I just slow down a little bit, let the machine scrub. Now of course what's happening is this is basically the application and the scrubbing in the step. And then I'll be going over it with the extraction step, so there will be plenty of dwell time before I actually do the lifting out and removal of what's emulsified and held in suspension. There was a couple of quick black marks over here. I put the suspend on them, and now as I'm going over it, I guess I just took them out. Whoop. Little sabotage going on there. Okay. But yeah, those black marks are gone. Oh, I see something there, a little tiny fleck. Something. Oh, there's something really gooey there. Oop, I think I just pulled it out. Okay. All right, now we'll go over here. It does appear that every mark I've run across so far has come out, which is nice. That's what you want to see. Okay, gotta go over here. We'll get in there with the extraction pad. Okay. Now we go into the dark room. And this is one of the reasons why you want a light. Even if you can get a headband light too. They work quite good actually. Yeah, they're rechargeable too, I think. And they work pretty darn well. But this is why you want to have the ability to see. Because sometimes there's not enough light in a room. Because this is what I would see otherwise. Mind you, the camera's actually lighting it up a little bit. It's a bit darker to my eye. But that's pretty hard to clean a carpet when you can't see. Oh, I dropped that. You know, I was just thinking that I'm thinking about the Von Schroeder product, which I'm cleaning with right now. I used this stuff for years and years, and I had no I wasn't in any way dissatisfied with how it worked, but as I watched YouTube videos and interacted with different people online, whatever, I began to see and hear many different products that were becoming available, and I didn't try anything for a long time. I didn't try to compare or whatever. I was just completely satisfied with the way it worked all the time. But my main reason why I actually dropped using it was because I had a major financial setback with the fellow that was the distributor of the Von Trotter products in Canada. In fact, a number of people did, actually, and a lot of people lost a lot of money because of it actually had to do with vital oxide being imported into Canada, and he took a lot of people for a lot of money, including me. And because of that, I decided I really wanted to move away from using the product. That was a major reason, I would say, because I certainly didn't want to in any way financially help the guy out, or I just didn't want to have any part of that. So that's the main reason why I moved away from it. It had nothing to do with that I was dissatisfied or whatever with the product. So anyway, now he's not involved with, I don't think he is anyway, but anyway, I'm able to buy the product from another distributor in Canada now. That would be Brolin Supply, and although I won't be buying anything for quite a while, because I actually have quite a lot of it left, because when I stopped using it, I actually had quite a bit left, and I was using the upholstery machine for quite a while there too. But I was really wanting to get away from that as well, which I did a few years ago, and I'm very glad I did now, because now that I've got that upholstery machine, the E600 heated extractor dialed in, I can get dry times as faster in most cases than when I was using the Von Trotter dry foam machine, which is a very expensive machine to buy, and when it breaks, it's horribly expensive to fix. And there are lots of things about it that, it's not a bad machine, but I can out clean with the E600 easily, and actually in any case. So anyway, all part of the learning process. Oh, good grief. I went to move this thing on it. That pipe popped out of the window here. I'm sure they're not going to be using it anymore anyway, but that's for those who don't know that, I think you put water in those things, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. Maybe not, I don't know. But anyway, I'm sure they won't be using it anymore. The weather has turned. I think from now on we're getting pretty cool weather. In fact, it was like 10 degrees this morning. Pretty cold. Almost to the point where when we walk our dogs in the morning around 6:30 or 7 o'clock, it's almost at the point now where I want to put some long pants on. Alright, so we'll head back over this way, and we're going to switch over to the extraction pad. But boy, oh boy, look how good this is looking. Okay, let's we're going to run with Astro pad. That's the larger one. That's the 18 or 19 inch. And I'm running the 17 inch pad driver there, because I knew this was such a big area. I'll increase the normally I run with a 15 inch pad driver, but if it's a big area, I'll run with the bigger one and run a bigger pad. So Again, that's the big, huge, there was a big, huge urine stain there, really black. Now it's mostly faded away already. Yeah. I've used up a fair amount of solution there. Not surprising, which is just fine because I needed to. I'm applying more than I normally would a little bit. And that's the beautiful thing about doing it this way, is you can react to the situation as you need to. That's why shower feeding is, in my opinion, a superior way to go. It gives you, as the operator, much more control over the situation. Sometimes you want to add more, sometimes you want to add less, and sometimes you don't know that until you're right there in the moment cleaning on that one particular area. But boy, oh boy, look at that clean. Yes, sir. This is looking really good. Now I'm running at 300 RPM, which of course is 5 times 360 degrees per second on the carpet fiber. Tremendous cleaning power. I mean, look at that. The stains are gone. I don't know if you can see it very well enough with the camera, but from my eye, they're gone. And that's exactly what happens. Ooh. Oh, I see a stain right there. That's a really obvious one too. It's going good. Looks like all the marks are coming out so far.
Well, I know. Sarah was saying that
I just
already looking better, and you haven't.
I just pre-treated it with my magic stuff.
Oh, it's so nice. What's your magic stuff? We need it.
It's top secret, you know. That actually looks like bile to me. Now, we'll just let that sit for a little bit. That's a unusually yellowish looking mark right there. Looks like I'll have to put some peroxide on that one. It's the only one that seems to have resisted so far. Oh yeah, we're definitely wetter than normal. I can feel it, which is fine. That's what we need in a scenario like this. A little bit extra moisture to carry the stabilized CO2 into the carpet fiber. In a scenario like this, I actually want a dry time of at least an hour. Normally, most of the time when I clean, carpets typically dry within 30 to 60 minutes. In this case, I want 60 minutes at least, because the stabilized CO2 is active as long as it's wet, basically. When it evaporates or dries out, then it no longer is working. So we want to have it on the carpet fiber for long enough to actually break down the urine to the molecular level. So a dry time of about an hour is better than a dry time of 30 minutes. And that's where, again, back to the shower feeding, you're able to be a lot more precise in how you control the moisture that goes down onto the carpet. You don't want to saturate the carpet to the point where, how do I say this now? What you're wanting to make sure doesn't happen is you don't want it to be so wet that you run into the danger of creating a wicking issue, because that can happen. And that takes a little bit of practice to get to that point. It's not quite as well. Once you start doing the shower feeding, you kind of get the hang of it, but it does take a little bit of time to get really the right feel for it, I guess. And you will. But boy, oh boy, look at this thing clean. Look at that, I've just been at it for just over 30 minutes. I'm able to move along pretty quickly, and I'm overlapping, of course, and 5 passes per second on the carpet. Now you think about it, that's 5 passes on that side and 5 passes on that side, 5 passes on the front side, 5 passes on the back side. That's a lot of things going on here. A lot of action on the carpet fiber. There was a bunch of stains over here, and they are gone. There's a bunch of stains right in front of this couch, and they're gone. Okay, let's head over this way into the bedroom. Now, one of the things that I hope to do with the videos that I keep putting out is, I think I mentioned this before not too long ago, is to inspire confidence. And I know there's a lot of guys that are kind of new into using the low moisture pad extraction SETT method. And one of the things I hope to do is I hope to give confidence to you guys who are watching, who are either totally new to carpet cleaning, or you've been a steam cleaner and you're moving over toward the low moisture for whatever reason. But there's a lot of negativity in the industry as a whole regarding this method as far as the stabilities. So one of the goals I've tried to have over the years of putting these videos out is to, my hope is I inspire confidence in you guys who are kind of just learning that this really is a better system. It's at the very least a very good system, but I actually would hold to the statement that it's actually a better system. It's not the better system in every situation, but for almost every situation it is. And that's what I've been trying to inspire in you guys, is to have confidence that when you go into do a situation like this one in particular, I mean, if you walked into a job like this and you saw all those urine stains, a lot of guys would go, oh man, how can I clean this without a truck mount? Well, I just showed you how to clean it without a truck mount. It just simply works better. Because the idea that you need to have a $50,000 machine in your $50,000 van sitting out there on the driveway roaring away, and you're carrying 100 gallons of water and recovering 100 gallons of water, and you've got all that equipment in there that's costs such a huge amount of money, and you're pumping all this water into the carpet, you're going flush, 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 flush. And then next thing you know, your customer phones you up a few days later and says, yeah, these stains are all coming back, what's going on? It's like, it just doesn't happen with this method. It just simply, it's extremely rare that you end up with a problem, as long as you're doing it right. So my hope is that I'm able to show you guys who are watching that this does really work. At least it works when you do it right. There's lots of naysayers out there. But if you have good quality chemicals, and that's a very big part of it, not your, bathtub chemistry, go to the grocery store kind of products, but real proper professional grade products. You've got good quality cleaning equipment that really is reflecting your professionalism, that looks good and will perform. You look good, you're dressed appropriately, ideally with at least a shirt with your logo on it, and not looking like you're a hillbilly. Amazes me that people put out videos and they look like hillbillies. That is just comical. But, I guess there'll always be that in this industry, or pretending to be in this industry, I guess. Maybe is a bit better way to put it. But anyway, I continue to show that this really does work. How am I going to do this? I guess I'll pull it over here. Okay, let's go back to where I began, and then we'll take a look at the pad. We'll go to the top of the steps. Not too bad at all. Okay, but wow, this is looking really good. It's definitely a little bit wetter than I normally would get it, which is perfect. But all those blotches are all gone, and they won't return. Okay, I'll let you go. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.